So I just spent $6,000 on Alex Hormozi's brand new exclusive AI assistant. And I'm going to ask it how a fitness coach with less than 500 followers and no clients can scale to £750 per week, which is around $4,000 per month. And then we're going to see if it would actually work. This AI is from Alex Hormozi's brand new $100 million Money Models book. It has all of the information from his best-selling books, $100 million Money Models, which isn't even released yet, $100 million leads, and $100 million offers. I'm not talking about my information here. I'm talking about Alex Hormozi. He's doing hundreds of millions a year. And not only that, he just broke a Guinness World Record. This exclusive launch that he did, he made over, I think, 80 million and broke the record of basically the biggest one-to-many sales ever in the world, in history. And I was one of the guys that bought in. I paid £6,000 and I basically got this AI, and it's got everything Alex Hormozi talked about. It's even got all of the books, every note. It's even got all of the books that he never released. So he's got books that he's never released, and he's put all of the notes in there, and it even references the book, so you can then go read that part of the book. It has all the stuff that he uses for his in-person team at acquisition.com, which literally buys up some of the biggest businesses, including school, and basically helps them scale. He's definitely one of the biggest, not only in the info space, but in the actual physical business space. And I know for a fact he's worked with some very big fitness coaches and scaled them massively. He was even saying in the presentation that one of his sales tactics to get people to renew, recur, and basically keep people on their money model, helped a business triple its sales revenue in 1 month. And that is consistent monthly revenue, triple its consistent monthly revenue. That is absolutely crazy. So I feel like this AI is going to be sourced. Let's see what it's like. So imagine you're a personal trainer with 0 clients online, and you want to start your business, and you're starting with nothing to invest, and you want to get to 750 per week as fast as possible. So I'm actually going to give the AI that exact question, just see what comes up. So right now it's reasoning. It basically goes through all of the books, all of the notes he's ever taken, like interviewing all these businesses, helping hundreds, I think thousands. I think he did over 1,024 businesses scale. It's going to go over everything to give us the best answer. So it's given us this quite long-winded answer. So what we're going to go back and say is we only have 2 hours a day, have only £500 to get started, and have the qualification and skills to train someone, but just don't know how to get clients. So it's searching everything. It's even searching the ad books to see if there's basically enough spend to put on ads. And guys, this isn't necessarily what I would do. I run a 35K per month fitness coaching business called Founders Physique. We basically help entrepreneurs get in the best shape of their life, build the energy, and put themselves in a position where they can basically go and earn more money by having the beliefs and structure to their life that's going to allow them. This isn't what I would do and what I do every day. So let's say I'm 35K a month, but it might be, who knows? I haven't pre-trained this or anything. I've just gone in, created a whole new chat, and just seeing what it's going to actually say to us. So one strategy, 7-day case study sprint built for 2 hours a day and £500. You don't need complexity. You need a tight time box promo to warm your audience that packs your calendar this week. Scarcity, urgency, consults, cap seats, run this exactly. So I'm also going to make sure it knows that we have less than 500 followers and see if it changes its answer at all. I'm sure it'll be pretty similar. Basically, one of the things it's telling us what to do now is actually build a schedule of how we're going to use that 2 hours a day. You need to know what you're going to be doing when your 9 to 5 finishes in that short period of time you have, because you're most likely going to be going to the gym as well. So when it says 2 hours a day, you might be able to get 4 hours on the weekend, but only 2 hours at the end of your day after your work. When I first started, I was working a lot. So I actually was doing the exact same as this. I was working like 2 to 3 hours a day and training and just getting as much work I could in after all the actual work priorities. I'm really interested to see what it's about to say here with less than 500 followers, because that's when I started. I actually got my first few clients on with like only a few hundred followers, like 300, 400 followers. And a lot of the followers were just my mates. So I'm interested to see what it says. So single strategy, cold outreach sprint. That makes sense. So you have to be careful about the way you do this as well. Less than 500 followers, perfect. We'll manufacture demand with a daily cold outreach machine. Who to target? It's basically saying you target managers, directors, VPs, consultants, lawyers, accountants, PMs, engineers. I actually agree with this. Like, you can just go and target and reach out to people that are in good financial positions. Places, LinkedIn, Instagram, and local co-working /firm lists. This is very creative. I actually really like this idea. Instead of using Instagram as the primary, using LinkedIn as a primary, because you can do more cold. I reckon the other one was different. Yeah, the one before we mentioned we had 500 followers was actually doing more of a focus on Instagram and using certain content on our stories to start attracting attention. Because if you get one client from LinkedIn that pays you £400 a month, then you only need like 3-4 of those to actually go full time. Build a 200 to 500 prospect list this week. Keep it tight, UK time zone aligned. desk bound roles. So what the AI is saying here is whatever time zone you're at, because for me it thinks I'm UK, is stick to that time zone and then focus on desk bound roles. So like people in desk bound, they're most likely to be more out of shape. I mean, obviously it's kind of more easy to be out of shape when you naturally don't move day to day. And then it wants you to reach out to them on LinkedIn. So the message is telling you to send is the first line is one personal line about their role / company, which is interesting because it doesn't seem that personal. And then the offer is I built a 40-minute commute workout and a 5-minute meal plan map for busy pros. 0 pitch, want me to send it. It's basically saying build an offer that kind of seems like the golden ticket for them, the perfect thing that they would need to get in shape. And they give them a bonus on that, like some sort of meal plan thing, and then say that there's like no pitch. You could just send it to them for free. You're not going to ask for anything. The format it wants you to use is either short text, can send a 20 to 30 second personal video / voice note. And it says you're going to get high replies with that, and I massively agree with this. Expect below 20% replies with personalized DM. Shoot for 3% engaged minimum. These are pretty accurate numbers, so I actually say this could really cook. Right now, these numbers are actually adding up, so this could actually work. DM to cool flow. Keep momentum. So the ACA in the DMs, acknowledge, compliment, and then ask the next question. So the way you do that, for example, is good news. Then after you finish the ACA, you pull the call forward, like good news, I can help 4 p.m. today or 12:30 tomorrow. It's giving us in a very simple way, but this is making sense. It's basically saying you continue to ask them questions on their situation. You acknowledge their situation. You give them a compliment so that they keep responding. And then you ask them another question to get more knowledge about their situation. It wants you to book all the calls the same day or the next day, even mentioning speed and availability win. I noticed this massively. If you book someone in for 7 days, they're not going to show up. And then follow up cadence, front load it. It then wants you to follow up with them if needed. So double dial and text them. And it says 3x spaced out. What I think this means is if they don't pick up, you dial them again. So you call them up again, because what will happen is when you book them in for the call for the next day or the same day, they're going to give you their details. So then you dial them up twice. If they don't pick up, you give them a text. Then you leave a bit of space. You dial them up twice again. They don't pick up, you give them a text. It's quite a brutal front load. And then the day 2, you do the exact same. So you do it twice that day and a text. And the days 4 to 7, you do it 1 a day, then long-term nurture. It says, yes, this is repetitive. That's why it works. I think what this is meaning is for people that don't show up. So if they don't show up to the call, you double dial them. And basically it's like you're trying to get them to pick up. You do that 3 times on the first day they don't show up. On the second day, you do it twice and you text them every time you ring them. So you ring them once, they don't pick up, you ring them again straight away. If they don't pick up, you send them a message, you leave it for like 3 hours, you do it again. You do it 3 times the first day, twice the second day, and then once after 4 to 7 days. So basically, if they don't pick up, you're calling them 6 times the first day. You're then calling them 4 times the second day. And then you're calling them 4 times both on the second day and the third day. And then you're calling them once a day from the 4th day to the 7th day. And I think if they don't pick up on the 7th day, you then send them like long-term nurture things. So you like basically keep nurturing them with like YouTube videos or free value if they actually reply to you. I can't imagine that someone's going to reply to you after that, but this is super front loader. I think what he's trying to do is basically they either show up to the call or they get burnt. And if you're doing 200 to 500 outreaches per day, then most likely this is going to work, because you don't want to focus on the people that don't show up. You just want to focus on getting more people and making sure those people show up. So just to be clear, if they show up to the call, you don't do that. What you do to get them to show up to the call is you have automated reminders. You can do this through Go High Level. You have manual text. If you can't do the automated reminders, you just text them manually. Morning of the call, 60 minutes prior, you give them a call or you message them again. And then you add an incentive. So if they show up to the call, you give them like a coffee gift card or something like that. So I see what he's doing here. You're basically stacking it. So you're giving them the free workout, the commute workout. I wouldn't say commute workout. It's not possible to work out whilst you're commuting, but some sort of free workout that really suits them, some sort of meal thing, bonus that suits them. And then as a bonus, if they show up to the call, not only they're going to get a coffee gift card, which really relates to busy professionals that are at offices, they're always drinking coffee, but also something else, like maybe like a stretching routine for the office or something to help with the hunger at the office. Like you're just stacking bonuses for them to show up. Like you can have it as a reason, basically, if they show up, they get this, and that. This is definitely going to increase your show ups. Now it's gone into actually what you need to do with the 2-hour schedule every day. 30 minutes prospecting, LinkedIn filters by title, location, add to tracker. So for 30 minutes a day, you're looking for the actual people to message out to on LinkedIn. You're then spending 60 minutes messaging 40 to 60 people with personalized DMs and voice notes using the script above. It's not giving us a script, but we can get the script. You're then spending 60 minutes messaging 40 to 60 people with personalized DMs and voice notes. And then you spend the next 30 minutes doing follow-ups, booking confirmations, reminders, same day slots, basically just next 30 minutes going over everything, following up with people that miss calls, like booking people in, doing confirmations like that. If people have booked a call in, confirming it with them, reminding people of calls that are booked in. And then he basically is saying here that volume negates luck. The rule of 100 equals 100 primary actions. So he's basically saying do this for 100 days, which is just over 3 months, and you'll be able to get to the £750 per week. For me, I can see this working. It says simple math. Per 100 DMs, 3 engaged leads in your baseline. With voice notes, you can do better. So per 100 DMs you do, 3 of them become engaged. And if you're doing the 40 to 60 personalized DMs, then you're going to have per 100 DMs you do is going to be even better. So if 3 become engaged per 100, then per week you're going to be doing 5 to 10 calls. I'm going to quickly check this with ChatGPT 5. So let's say you're doing 60 DMs a day, and it says you would get slightly more. So let's assume like 5% become engaged. So 5% of 60 is 3. So if you did that every single day, you get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. And then it's basically saying you're not going to book all those leads. So you'll manage to stack 5 to 10 calls per week, and then close a few at premium pricing, and you're going to start moving. It's pretty crazy how it's actually come up with this. I've given it hardly any input. I've literally just told it I'm a fitness coach doing no money with 0 income, 500 to spend, and no followers. What should I do? I want to earn £750 a week. And it's literally given me the exact method, because LinkedIn outreach, you can do loads of outreach without getting banned. If you're getting 3 properly engaged prospects per day because of the amount of LinkedIn outreach you're doing, then you can easily book 5 to 10 calls per week. The only thing is the 750 right now, I'm not clear on, because it doesn't say how much we're closing at a premium price. So we're actually just going to check this to see if it'd be realistic, because if it's trying to ask us to do like 3K packages, it's just not going to work, especially not from that cold outreach. It is, however, telling you to send free value and use that really fucking strong free value to attract the audience so that you get more people engaged. I actually think the only reason you're booking 5 to 10 calls in a week because of this is because I gave it that 2-hour time cap. If you actually have 3 leads engaged, you could book way more than that. You could book at least 2 a day, which would then be 14 per week. Let's check what the pricing would be. What would be the pricing model? I think the only issue is with this is that it would be a lot of manual labor that wouldn't be sustainable over the long term. And to actually make this a more sustainable business model, you'd have to start posting avidly on LinkedIn. But if you can get to £750 a week for 2-3 months, then you can go securely online, because you're going to be earning £3,000 a month, which is like 4-5K US. And then you can keep doing this strategy whilst building some more organic, like more sustainable strategies, like actually building a premium buyer ecosystem by posting and creating Instagram nurture content to start getting more people to message you, so you're not always having to reach out. But another thing you could do is you could actually get someone like a setter to start doing this cold outreach for you. So it's come back with an answer: 1 pricing model, front end setup plus 28-day reoccurring and prepay anchors for continuity. So it's not actually giving us how much we should charge. It's just giving us basically how we should do the reoccurring. So after we do the program, it goes into a 28-day billing reoccurring at a lower percentage of what it costs them to come in. That's how you create the like monthly recurring revenue. So basically people can stay on per month and they don't even need to pay as much as they came on for. So it gives them more incentive to stay on. This is a very good way actually to make it more sustainable. I'm just going to ask it, what would the numbers look like in terms of pricing? It's also mentioned to do a conditional guarantee to get more people across the line. So basically to sell more, where basically as long as someone does the weekly check-ins, they do all the workouts, they follow the nutrition plan you give them, then if they don't get in better shape, then you'll coach them for free until you do. So let's say your program's 6 weeks, they don't lose any weight in the 6 weeks, even though they do everything you tell them, then you coach them for free until they lose 1 to 2 kg. This is a really good guarantee method for fitness coaching, as of course, if they follow everything you're going to do, they're 100% going to lose weight. So it's telling us to have like a core package of 12 weeks that's actually split up. So you have a setup and transformation, which is 750, and accountability, which is 399 per 28 days. It basically is having a total over the week. So actually what it's trying to get you to do is sell them on 750, the one-time thing. So that's what they come on for. And then every week it charges them £99 for the accountability, which is basically £399 per 28 days. So you've got 3 months in the 12 weeks. So then you're doing 750 plus 3 times 399, which is 2,000. It's actually a really good way for people without good sales skills. I'm very interested that this is the route that I went, because this then means you can then keep people on after, so they can pay the 750 up front, and then they can stay on the £99 per week for as long as they want. And because they paid that up front, they're not going to want to leave, because if they leave, they know that when they come back, they're going to have to pay that again. So if they stay, they just get that cheaper rate of 99 a week. So that's still 400 a month. So it's still quite expensive, but cut down like that, it seems a lot cheaper. And overall at the end, even though it doesn't seem as much, you're going to actually be earning £2,000 per client. So really, you would only actually need like 2 clients. If you sign 2 clients a week on this model, you'd be earning more than £750 a week. So this seems very doable. If you could book 5 to 10 calls minimum on this, you can close people and actually have an average lifetime value of minimum 1,947. And then some of them will continue staying on, so they actually might pay for even more. Then making the £3,000 per month is going to be super easy. And it's going to keep stacking. So the more people you get on, the more people are going to pay that $99 a week. And if you get 8 people on, then you're going to be earning £800 per week, even if you don't sign any clients. I just seen another little bit, quarterly prepay option, basically allowing someone to pay up front for the full 12 weeks at 1,790, 8% off. I don't think this is a big enough incentive to do super well. 8% off doesn't make me feel alive. It's not going to make me think, oh, I need to pay all that now. I need to get all that up front when I can pay £750 that day. It feels super low commitment, doesn't feel that hard to do. But say if you're speaking to busy professionals, if you're a really good salesman, you can charge 1.8k, round it up so it seems a little bit more even. It doesn't seem like you're trying to sell them for the full 12 weeks. But if you're not really good at sales, I would actually go with the original one-time 750 starting fee and then 99 a week. I think that sounds absolutely amazing. So I'm really impressed that he's come up with this. And then like it gives you all these continuity things like auto continuity, which is people stay on the 99 a week for a long time because they don't want to repay that 750. And then what you can do is as you scale, you charge more for the upfront. So you pay 1,000 upfront and then it's 99 a week. You pay 1,200 upfront, then it's 99 a week. And then basically you're earning more upfront, which can be put into the business. It can put into your lifestyle if you want. And then you also have more on the back end. There's more reasons for people to not leave because they're thinking, okay, if I leave, I've got to pay this huge sum. And the bigger the sum is, the less they're going to want to leave. So it's actually saying that this is going to help you hit your first 10k per month, which is way over the 750. So yeah, that's exactly how you're going to hit £750 a week. And if you guys are wondering why I'm actually even filming this video, I just basically wanted to use this AI if I'm going to be real. And I thought if I'm going to use it, then I might as well make a YouTube video on it. I own Fitness Physique, obviously, as I mentioned, a 35k a month fitness coaching business. If you, for any reason, have any questions or you need to message me, just DM me AI and I can answer any questions you have about this video over on there. I'll drop my IG below. But it's now just come back of basically the whole recap of how we can hit 10k. So I think in terms of hitting the 750 a week, it's actually insane how quick you can hit that. If you're booking 5 to 10 calls per week by messaging 40 to 60 people with personalized voice notes on LinkedIn per day, which you can basically do a ton of outreach on LinkedIn for free, which is why I think it switched to LinkedIn instead of Instagram, which I think is really interesting as well, because you're going to be hitting more of your ICP, which is the busy professionals. So by making that switch, it gives you so much leverage. So it's going to make it easier to book some calls. To do 60 outreaches a day, you don't even need to convert 3% of them, and you're going to book 5 to 10 calls per week. And out of them 5 to 10 calls per week, all you need to do is close one for 750 up front and then £99 a week after that. And in terms of closing that one, it's probably not going to be crazy hard. Like I've charged up to 3.4k UK for my fitness coaching, which is about 5k US. So doing £750 is relatively easy as long as you hit the right person. And then what it's basically saying is over the months after that, the second and third month, you can actually go all the way up to the 10k a month by actually building stuff out in a bit more detail. So to get to 10k a month, you want to keep doing exactly the whole LinkedIn thing you're doing to build that recurring revenue from the £99 per week. But it also mentions you want to make sure you're building a solid offer and avatar, your hooks in CTA, drive DMs. So at this point, you're posting a bit more on Instagram and doing a bit more on LinkedIn. You're doing DM to appointment systems. So you're every day doing the cold outreach in LinkedIn and maybe getting a few more messages on Instagram to actually get more people speaking to you. You're running pricing models of an upfront and then reoccurring method. So the 750 to £99 a month. And then you're basically just tracking your metrics to see the amount of people showing, the amount of people closing, the amount of people you're messaging. So you can make small changes to how you're doing the cold outreach on LinkedIn. So what it's really saying is as you do the LinkedIn, you're kind of building the Instagram so that you can do some of the other cash activities on Instagram, which is like post your own stories to actually increase the amount you earn. So yeah, that's exactly how you hit £750 a week as an online fitness coach. My mind's pretty blown here. I literally gave it hardly any prompts and it's come up with quite a lot of good answers. It's not necessarily the way I would do it. The way I would do it is actually building a high converting offer, a premium buyer ecosystem and a conversion map to then go into more systems to systemize it and keep it more sustainable. But this way is super good. And especially if you have no following, I really like this way because when I had no following, I was trying to do the classic Instagram approach, which loads of the coaching coaches guys promote. of just like cold spamming everyone on Instagram or like messaging those stories when you've got no following. If you've got no following, that's where you want to follow in more of a content pyramid, which I show on some of my other YouTube videos and stuff. But if you want to do more of a cold outreach way and you want to build some clients quickly, which I think is a great idea, then this is actually unbelievable. I thought it was going to give you much more of a generic answer than this. And I love the fact it's giving the $750 up front and $99 a week recurring, because that builds very strong like monthly recurring revenue, which makes the business more sustainable. And it makes you more comfortable if you want to do something like leave a job as well, when you know you have this income coming in. And then another thing is it just makes it easier to sell if you have less sales knowledge. But I think this is really strong. I would say for me, I would follow this for the first 90 days maybe, whilst building out this Instagram approach to then go full-time on Instagram. Because what I've noticed is with LinkedIn is I just find that Instagram gives me more sustainable lead generation, where I can just continuously grow. And as my content grows, more of my content does the work for me, so that I had to do less work on the sales calls, less work messaging people. My content kind of converts them so that when they hop on the call, they're like buy ready, like they just want to buy. And I can't imagine with the cold outreach, I don't know, because this method seems super good. It was crazy what it came up with the info I gave it. But you're going to struggle probably to close people on like 3, 4, even 5K UK deals, even if it is for like 6 months from cold outreach, because they're not as nurtured to you. And if they've been following you for a while, they've been nurtured by your content, they're in your ICP and they understand that you understand them, then they're much more likely to make a big investment to themselves to be in a position where they know they're going to be much happier and much better with their life. And like I said, if by any reason you have any questions on this, most of the things in here I actually have done as a fitness coach and I continue to do now. We continue to build our LinkedIn portfolio. You can message me AI or Alex Hormozi on IG. I'll drop it down below. It's Ned_Sainsbury, and I'll send you, whatever questions you have. I'll basically just send you the answers to them and give you a bit of help, have a bit of a chat and see what it is that you kind of need to be doing to hit those better months and maybe even go from the gym floor to online, kind of like I did, or even 9 to 5 to online, same as I did. I did both gym floor and then the 9 to 5. And I appreciate you showing up to this video. A big congrats, because most people wouldn't watch this video through, and you have. And that's going to be the differentiator for you to actually be successful online and successful in life, because you're willing to put the time in to get the knowledge and actually understanding, which gives you kind of the resources to go and build the fitness business yourself. And if you're not doing that, then even if you pay 10K into a course, you're not going to get anywhere. And that's what I've realized for myself. When I've actually acted on stuff like you guys have done today by watching this video, I actually get so much further forward. So if I buy a course or I pay for a mentor and I pay 3K, 5K, 10K, I've been in a lot of mentorships. If I just be in the mentorship and I don't do anything, obviously I'm not going to get results. If I do what you guys have done today and you actually think, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to watch this video on this new AI, it is literally that simple. And I'm kind of putting my whole business on the line here. Like, I'm giving out a lot of source on my YouTube video of how to build a fitness coaching business. And I am helping a few fitness coaches scale, but really I'm doing this to show you that everyone can be an entrepreneur. If you've been in the gym, you put all the effort into the gym and you have the mindset that allows you to continuously go to the gym, continuously to put the work in, there's nothing stopping you from applying that mindset to your business if you actually go all in. And that is why I see guys that go to the gym be so successful in business. I met so many business owners, people that aren't fitness coaches, people that don't even have online businesses, that go to the gym and they're just so much more successful because they have that discipline, they have that mindset. Being in shape, looking jacked, that's not what's going to get you a massive business. That's not what's going to get you to travel like 7 countries already this year like I have, or like build a business where you earn so much you can pay for your girlfriend to go on holidays, pay for your brother or whatever, whoever you want to go on holidays. But actually developing a mindset that allows you to put the focus into yourself so you can put the focus into the business, that will get you to those months. And what I want to do is I want to build a brand that helps people that want to help themselves grow, helping them develop their mind and actually their structure of their life to earn more. For example, I helped him here. He was doing 50K a month, selling like 5 to 10K programs. And now he's doing over 100K a month, literally doing 100 to 200K deals, just from helping him shift his belief system so that he could go and do the bigger deals. And then if you're a fitness coach, I want to make sure that you can help other entrepreneurs. You as an entrepreneur have the help you need, and you're not just getting scattered around by all these coaches trying to tell you that their system is the perfect thing. Because I can tell you what, I do this every single day. And what I do works. And I know for a fact I've tried a lot of these coaches systems and half of them don't work. Half of them are just a load of bullshit, that they have a program that makes it seem like they're giving you a lot, but it doesn't actually fucking work. It doesn't matter how much info you get. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So if this video is used for you, I appreciate you watching it and subscribe for more.